Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ New Kid, your girl.
Sierra Cole.
We back on the channel with another
Kid and C original.
You right.
What?
Welcome back to the channel, man. We got a good one for y'all today. We got 10 people who survived the impossible. What's something impossible you probably survived from? I don't want to talk about that situation.
What?
I ain't talking about that. That's for a later date, possibly for you. You like, hell no.
Probably like, I guess, I don't know, I ain't really been there like, no, maybe like a basic car wreck.
Well, I say something that probably could have killed me when I was a kid was one of the time I flew in the air off my bike. Like
I
went
think
flying.
everybody done flew
No,
in
I'm
there.
talking about flying. Legit flying head first, no helmet, no nothing. And it was raining, coming down the hill. You ain't got no control. And you just hit and just go.
Okay. Well,
With that being said, we finna find out some
car accident. I could have went through the window. That's the impossible, right?
Nah. Well, with that being said,
But your bike is.
with that being said, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box down below. You already know where to go. If you want to further support, just always what?
Check out the links down below.
Also, salute to the comment of the day. Salute to you, man. We highly appreciate whoever it is. We appreciate it. Anybody. But with that being said, 10 people who survived the impossible. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about.
22-year-old Vesna Volovich did the impossible when she emerged alive after a 33,000-foot fall, entering the Guinness Book of World Records for surviving the longest fall without a parachute. Volovich.
You said what now?
Okay, yeah.
We already started. Now.
Look, I was like, look, my little car wreck ain't got no.
My little flying.
That ain't the
my little flying through the air. Is that
on your little bike in the rain, going up a hill, going down the hill.
Going down the hill about 40 miles per hour.
Nothing at all, baby.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
Was a stewardess on an unfortunate Yugoslav Airlines flight from Copenhagen to Belgrade, during which the Ustash separatist group planted a bomb in the cargo. As the bomb went off, the plane crashed into the mountains, killing all 28 passengers and the entire crew, except for Vesna. She was hospitalized with a fractured skull, 2 broken legs, and 3 broken vertebrae, but managed to survive and lead a full life afterward. Croatian music teacher Fran Selak has had more than a few meetings with death and survived all of them. Reaching the age of 85 was not a smooth ride for Selak. At the age of 33, a train Selak was on flew off the tracks into an icy river, killing 17 passengers, but not him. With a broken arm, Selak survived this close call, only to find himself in a plane 1 year later flying across Croatia. A door on the plane was blown away, and Selak was blown out of the plane with it. Believe it.
Honey, this man.
Sit at home, stop traveling, bro.
This man.
Sit at home and stop traveling,
not
bro.
one, but 2. If they say another one, baby.
Bro, Death wants you. The Grim Reaper wants him.
But honey.
The Grim Reapers want him. I tell you.
Or not, he survived by landing on a haystack. Only 3 years later, he was on a bus, which plunged into the river and killed 4 people. But, of course, not him. At the age of 41, the fuel tank in his car exploded, but he managed to react in time and escape certain death. Again, the same incident unbelievably repeated itself just 3 years later. 20 years after that, Selak survived 1 more car explosion and another bus accident, only to win the lottery and become a millionaire in 2000.
Y'all lie.
No.
They lied.
They gotta be exaggerating.
They count. This straight
What's
count,
his
bro.
name? I gotta write his name down.
This count, bro. I don't believe none of it. He hit the lotto.
2003. He is truly the most lucky person of all time. Stella Maris College's Old Christians rugby union team from Uruguay had a mountain peak named after them when they tragically crashed into it while flying to Chile to play a game. The Glacier of Tears killed 12 people, leaving the others roaming through the vicious Andes on a temperature of 30 degrees below zero. Running out of the scarce food reserves they had, the survivors lost all hope when they heard via radio that the search for them had been called off. In the harsh conditions, they started dying off one by one, with the last ones standing eating their deceased friends, in a desperate attempt to keep on living. Two of the bravest people managed to reach Chile on foot and inform the world that a group of 16 people were still out there, having survived an incredible 72 days. Anatoly Bogorski worked as a researcher at the Institute for High Energy Physics.
I just gotta pause just to take that in, bro. 72 days.
That's a long.
72
That's a long time.
days, bro.
That's a long time.
What's that, 2 months and a half? Yeah, 2 months and a half.
And that weather, not having
food resources.
And having to.
But the bad part is they had to eat.
That's what I was about to say.
That's the only bad part. But
eating your.
But would you rather?
In situations like this, sometimes you gotta just do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive and keep. But that's something you gotta live with for the rest of your life, and you just like, bro, I cannot believe.
Ooh, I can't even think about that.
Oh. My.
Anatoly Bogorski worked as a researcher at the Institute for High Energy Physics in Prodvino. While checking a malfunctioning piece of equipment, a beam from the largest Soviet particle accelerator measured at about 200,000 rads went straight through his head. Bogorski's face swelled up beyond recognition and started peeling off. The beam burned through parts of his face, his bone, and the brain tissue underneath. Astonishingly, although only 500 rads would normally be enough to kill a person, Bogorski survived. His intellect was undamaged, and he continued his scientific career with much success. He did, however, lose his hearing in the left ear, with that side of his face remaining frozen due to the destruction of nerves. Roy Sullivan was a ranger in Virginia who made it to the Guinness Book of World Records by surviving being struck by lightning 7 times. Each strike did leave him scarred through. The lightning left him with minor injuries each time, such as the loss of a toenail or burning off an eyebrow. But some of the incidents had more serious consequences, such as setting his hair on fire, searing a shoulder, or leaving him with chest burns. Ironically, after a series of miraculous survivals, Sullivan ended his life at the age of 71 by suicide, apparently out of reasons unrelated to his bad luck when it comes to storms.
I couldn't go out at 71. Well, it might have caused internal damage that they couldn't detect. But 7 times.
That's crazy. 7 times.
I try to dodge. I don't even want to be touched 1 time, let alone 7. But they do say if you've been struck by lightning once, it's a possibility you get struck twice.
Twice, yeah.
Like, so you're more likely, if you get struck once, you're more likely to get struck again before somebody else will get struck that first time. And I don't know if it's just by your body frequency now, but that's just weird, that's bro. Crazy. But to take his life after he survived much, man, it's crazy.
Joe Simpson and Simon Yates dared to set on the mission of scaling the west peak of the Sierra Grande, 20,814 feet high. The mountain is part of a mountain range in the Peruvian Andes. The ascent was made famous by Simpson's book Touching the Void, in which he describes the climbing and the falling. Simpson was wounded and fell 100 feet into an ice crevasse. He managed to survive and crawl back up to base camp. It took him 3 whole days. Truman Duncan had the most horrific accident you can imagine and survived it. He was just another passenger on a train when he accidentally fell off a train car in motion. He was swept underneath the speeding train and was literally cut in two. Duncan not only managed to survive the horrible event, but he stayed conscious for the next 45 minutes. He managed to get his cell phone out and call the paramedics himself. He underwent 23 surgeries, lost both his legs and a kidney, but miraculously made it out of the hospital alive.
My goodness.
Aaron Larson was on a canyoneering trip in...
I'm a little scarred after that one, bro.
My goodness. That is crazy.
Ooh.
And you tell him, wasn't nobody else around? The fact that he had to get his own phone out and call up. You telling me wasn't nobody around to help this man?
I'm blown away, bro.
That is crazy.
John Canyon when a boulder fell on him. The boulder pinned his arm down, making it impossible for Larson to move. He tried to lift and break the boulder, but after 5 days he realized it was no use. Dehydrated and delirious, Larson finally got the courage to amputate his own arm. He managed to snap his own bone and eventually cut his arm off entirely, finally freeing himself from the boulder. Robert Evans, a 46-year-old homeless man, was a victim of a hit and run. He was patched up in the hospital and sent away soon after. On his way back to his camp, he got into yet another accident. He was hit by a train. To be more precise, he was knocked off a narrow railroad bridge and landed in a creek. Evans ended up back in the hospital only 7 hours after his initial accident. It's pretty miraculous that he survived being hit by a car, then a train just hours later.
You lying. I swear these stories gotta be kept.
You can't believe some and not the other ones.
I don't believe none.
You gotta believe some.
Bro, this...
Mauro Prosperi took part in a 1994 marathon called the Marathon of Sands. Taking place in Morocco, the marathon was unfortunately swept away by a sandstorm, which caused Prosperi to lose his way and left him stranded in the desert. Running in the wrong direction, he ended up in Algeria, where he took refuge in an abandoned mosque. He survived 9 days by drinking his own urine and eating bats and snakes before he was found by a nomadic family who took him to an Algerian military camp where he was hospitalized.
I'm just, and we just end it that way. I'm mind blown. I got so many questions that need so many answers. I just don't know what to say. So y'all say it for me in the comment section down below.
Those were interesting.
Those were a lot weird.
I wouldn't say weird.
It's just weird and concerning and like
these
the biggest concern. I want to know why. Like the one dude that committed suicide 71. Why?
I mean, that's kind of.
And I want to know what kind of lotto old boy he actually hit that had. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, you really hit the lotto?
He probably did.
Like, how much you get, bruh?
You just trying to be nosy.
But y'all spend what's up in the comment section down below. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. But as always, y'all know how it go, man. I'll do go over the name DJ Kid This Is.
Here Nicole.
We are.
Yeah,
y'all.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Get me